From the Khorasan Diary. Sir, I have two questions on what basically I need confirmation is that one, when President Trump tweeted about the ceasefire, they said that Pakistan and India can talk in a third country. और अभी जो शाम में Indian authorities की meeting press conference हुई है, they said that the DGMOs spoke in which Pakistani DGMO asked for ceasefire first. And tomorrow there is a call already planned at 1200. Meanwhile, the IAF said that their operation is still continued. So what is Pakistan's strategy tomorrow when the two DGMOs are going to talk? And the second thing is that as international media also reported that Pakistan has Indian pilot in the custody. So do we have Indian pilot in our custody? And if we have, are we going to return her or him?
So I can confirm you very clearly, we don't have any pilot in custody. This is all social media chatter. This is all part of the multiple source of fake news and propaganda that keeps on, that has been generated from multiple sources. As far as your first question is concerned, let me say it very clearly and put it on record. Pakistan never requested. Fact of the matter is that on the night of 6th and 7th May, once those ghastly and cowardly attacks were made, the Indians requested after those attacks, and Pakistan gave a very clear response that we will communicate back only after we have given the response that this and retribution that this act deserves. So on 10th of May, after that response and retribution, that just retribution, targeting not the civilians, but those military establishments, those units, those places from where the attack on the civilians, the innocent civilians, the children was made, once they were neutralized and taken out. And on the request and intervention of the international interlocutors, we responded to the already made request of the Indians. And if you see publicly, what's on the public record? What I have shown you just now. What was the public position of the Ministry of Defence of the Indian Armed Forces? Who was asking for non-escalation once the just retribution of Pakistan Armed Forces have gone? So I think the record publicly, the facts speak for themselves. You want me to make public that what strategy are we going to adopt? For any threat, anything that they can pose, posture, your armed forces are always vigilant and ready. We have proved it on ground multiple times. We can prove it. So, and we don't respond, and we are not here for a response that what they said, and so it's not that what they said that I have to say.
Thank you very much.
This is thank you very much, sir. This is Sumaira Khan from Sama Television, and first of all, let me convey the pulse of the nation as well. They obviously they cannot reach you in person, every one of them, but the heart of felicitation is indeed with you from the masses of Pakistan, specifically youth. You mentioned very rightly. My question is, in that whole span of escalation, the Indian government had been issuing extremely provocative statements regarding initiation of war, and not just the government, but unfortunately their media was also, to me it seemed very war frenzy. And but in that whole time, in the meanwhile, I saw Pakistani side and I saw you very defensively responding to all the hegemony and Indian aggression. So I just wanted to know that it was part of your strategy. What was that, or you never wanted that escalation to rise to all those level? And a quick comment from Aurangzeb as well, that the multi-domain. How would you elaborate it? How did you incur it in the PF strategy to kill the Indian side in the battlefield? Thank you.
So as far as question to the escalation is concerned, let me say it. The reality is that in a conflict which is between two rival nuclear powers, such a conflict is actually an absurdity, and it is inconceivable and sheer stupidity. Why? Because that conflict can lead, in the case of Indo-Pakistan, India-Pakistan, can lead to the peril of more than 1.6 billion people. So, in reality, there is no space for war between India and Pakistan. And if anyone wants to carve out this space for war, he is actually carving out space for mutual annihilation. So that is why you saw that in this conflict, Pakistan acted in a very mature manner. And through conventional forces, we maintained escalation control. Through conventional forces, we gave them a two-notch up response, while also ensuring that these forces, the Pakistan Army and the other forces that were employed on the Western Front, on the counter-terrorism operations, no pull is also exerted on them. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay, you just asked regarding the multi-domain operations. It's a very, very good question, because this is the buzzword nowadays. But it's not actually something in air. It's an actual real milestone for PF. The warfare has changed drastically, and so has everything that is associated with it. It's not the erstwhile concept where you can just get the number of aircraft in air and see. It's called a new AMSO, the electromagnetic spectrum operations. It's a whole new environment that is there. And everything that is regarding Air Force and in the air, it's concerning the electromagnetic spectrum. Now, air supremacy has to be preceded by a spectrum supremacy. And if you control the spectrum, you control the conflict. So Pakistan Air Force, and especially this is a thing that is pursued so vigorously by Chief of the Air Staff, that we have to have that spectrum warfare capability. And you saw how we manifested it. It is a combination of EW, space, cyber, air, land, and sea, command, control, communication, infrastructure, information. All these things, they are in the wider spectrum of electromagnetic operations. And that is how you create an environment. You create a EW web that you manifest in the whole operations. It has to be choreographed at each step, and when to administer what. And it has to be preconceived. I mean, you can't do it randomly, and you cannot just do it on your whims. So you have to understand the whole idea and whole architecture. It might get pretty technical, but multi-domain operations is the need of the day, and all those air forces who kind of relegate it, they end up in the wrong side of the barrel. So Pakistan Air Force prioritizes it. We have our own Spectrum Warfare Operations Center, which is controlling even in a small battle or an engagement to a larger campaign, because now all the players who are there, all aircraft, they have so much of sensors and there is so much of fusion going on, the data links, the software defined radars, they are all thriving on the electromagnetic spectrum or being challenged by it. So each player is taking a campaign level decision, the kind of information he is having, and if he doesn't get that information, he is redundant. So electromagnetic warfare is the need of the hour, and multi-domain operations is what carries you, propels you to perform and achieve the mission success with mission survivability, denying the same to the enemy. Thank you.
My name is Kiran. I'm